cheer the red and the white.
Whereas you've got the ability to be a little bit more objective about your old team now, the Sydney Swans. What do the next 3 years hold for them? I mean, do you see them as a premiership contender in a year or two?
Look, it's always hard to talk about premierships because I don't think anyone predicted we'd win one in 2005. I don't think people predicted Hawthorn to win one in 2008. So I think the objective is to improve as much as you possibly can every year, and we've certainly improved significantly from last year. I still think we've got a way to go for the top teams in the competition. You know, we played Collingwood, got beaten easily by them. We played Geelong twice, we got beaten easily by them. You know, we played St Kilda in round one and we just lost. But I still think those top three teams, you know, are a fair way ahead. It'll be interesting to see how the Bullies go this week. I mean, they deserve the right to play in the prelim final, but I probably think those three other teams are a fair way ahead of the rest of the pack at the moment. So look, we've still got a long way to go to improve. I think we've got a lot of improvement in our younger players. A lot will depend on how, you know, Craig Bolton comes back, how Adam Goodes hangs on, you know, Ryan O'Keefe hangs on, Jude Bolton hangs on. So at the moment, those senior players have been very good for us. So it's very, very difficult, but I think as a club, you know, we just need to continue to improve.
Paul, Heath Grundy's had an excellent season. I know that you were very, very surprised he didn't make the All-Australian squad of 40. Two incidents, two drop marks in the game came at critical times, very critical times, and were probably match-turning. What do you say in a situation when a bloke's had such a good year and then makes a couple of bad mistakes? How do you address that after the game or even during the game?
Yeah, look, I think Heath knows. I mean, I think he was really disappointed with his game, and I think it was a reflection of how hard his season's been. I mean, once we lost Craig Bolton and Lewis Roberts-Thompson in the back end of the season, Teddy Richards and Heath have had enormous workloads. If you look at their game times, have been dramatically high because we haven't been able to rest those guys at all over the last sort of 8 weeks, and more particularly over the last 6 weeks. And it's really uncharted territory for Heath. It's his first really full, solid season of football, playing on the best centre forwards in the competition. Look, they were really critical drops, there's no question about it, and he knows that. But I think as long as you learn from it, then you can move forward and you can get better. And there's no doubt he's had a terrific season, and yeah, I'm sure I don't remember him just for that last game, which was probably his poorest game for a while. I'll remember his season as being a very, very good season.
At the other end of the ground, Daniel Bradshaw, there was a bit of a risk about it. He only had a couple of runs in the seconds. His marking was outstanding. No doubt he was marked as well as he does at his best, but the kicking deserted him, didn't it?
Yeah, look, I think that's problems with his knee and his hamstring, just more of a confidence thing more than anything else, you know. Look, and the expectations of Daniel going in were probably as he did. I mean, we certainly didn't expect him to miss one from 10 or 11 metres out from goal, but look, he competed really hard. He marked the ball well against Brian Lake, who's a terrific player. I mean, he had 7 scoring shots and 9 marks, I think it was, 13 possessions. So look, he exceeded our expectations. But it would have been probably nice for him to slot that one from 11 metres out. I think that would have made a reasonable amount of difference.
What about big Mumify? It was a big recruit, Shane Mumford. He was a star for particularly the second half of the season, sharing duties initially with Mark Seavey, but he went in with probably a slight injury. He aggravated it. Would he have played this week had he been or had you been still in contention?
Yeah, probably very doubtful. I think that's, again, you know, we are a little bit battered after the weekend, and probably 2 really tough finals takes its toll on you. That's why it's so hard to win it from outside the top 4. There's no question. I mean, we had a really tough game against Carlton, some guys that were pretty sore going into the game on the weekend. We had another tough game against the Bulldogs. I don't think Mummy would have played. I mean, it was just a super effort. He did it just before half-time. It was an amazing effort for him to keep on playing. He's one of the toughest guys I've ever seen play. You know, he missed one game with a significant medial, and I think he might have done his posterior cruciate on the weekend as well. And he's run around the second half with 2 bad legs, but it's just a super effort. So look, I'd say he would have been very, very doubtful for this week.
Roosie, on the same frame, the same assessment about injuries, Ryan O'Keefe has played unfit, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he goes in for an operation tomorrow. It's one of those groin things that obviously players have played with over the last, you know, well, however many years. I mean, many players do it. And it comes and goes. It feels good one week, it doesn't feel good the other week. So, look, a lot of players have had it. We've seen Juddy with it, we've seen Barry Hall with us, Adam Goodes with us. So, look, he's been able to cope with it okay, but he's certainly hampered him a fair bit over the last 8 weeks.
Can't let you go, Roos, without talking about Brett Kirk. I mean, you know you've spoken about him a lot all weekend, but have you coached a better person in football?
Oh, look, it's just his exceptional package, I guess. We all see those guys come and come through footy clubs and leave the other end. But he's an exceptional package. He's an inspiration to the playing group and an inspiration to the club. He's a great fella off the field as well. Really drives the group, drives the club, drives the players, and certainly drives the coaches as well. He challenges me, often and over the last 8 years, which has really helped my coaching. So the club's definitely going to miss him. Hopefully the players that have played with him will take a bit of Brett Kirk forward in their own football careers.
And what do you think he'll do post-football?
Not sure. I've had a couple of discussions with him. He's certainly one of those guys that's got a real interest in travelling, and I think that's something in his mind at the moment. He's got a young family, then none of them at school at the moment, but I mean, to bundle 4 kids and take them overseas is a big job anyway. But if anyone can do it, Kirky can do it. So look, that's one of the things he's thinking about. But I think at the moment he had to commit 100% to footy while he was still playing. I think now it's time for him to reflect on his career, but also work out what he wants to do moving forward.
Well, wrapping it up, Roos, it was a bit of a sad finish to what was a fantastic year. Swans re-emerging as a genuine threat in the competition. But I guess in many ways this is goodbye to you as a coach. Most of us believe that you'll be tempted again at some stage, but your contribution to the Swans has been better than anybody else, I think, in the club's history. Congratulations on what you've done there, but at least you've left a tiny little bit left in the bank for Johnny Longmire for next year. And most of all, welcome to Fox Sports.
Thanks, guys. Good on you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Paul Roos.